Alright, so let's talk about the GS. Let's talk about the GSSR so far. So this gotcha is whatevers. Let's be honest. Like Saber number 1 is whatevers. I mean, there's some waifus in here, yeah, I agree, and some husbands, but I mean, with the new quick meta, Okita Soji actually might be really nice to pick up here. But I do think this is a gacha you want to kind of skip. But the quick rework is just too good. We got to put that into play. This one, way too many servants. There's just way too many servants. But the good thing about this gacha, they're all really good. So I think it's actually okay to roll this one if you want to risk it. The only problem, again, way too many servants. This is not bad unless you get Moriarty. As much as I love Moriarty, you definitely want to get the other 3. But at the same time, I think this is an easy skip for most people because these are servants that have been in the game for quite some time. So assuming you already have these servants, this is the easy skip. This one is actually pretty good. Obviously, I do think Seishonagon is the weaker servant out of the 3. But if you're trying to get Orion or you're trying to get Jannu, Arch Servant, Looper, I actually think this is a pretty good gacha to roll. I think this is a good chance. Either way, if you do get Seishonagon, you get waifu. I think her design is really good. But when it comes to gameplay, you definitely want to get Super Orion or Jun Archer. This Lancer one, I think this is most likely an easy skip for most people. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of these servants have been in the game for quite some time now. If anything, I feel like Erishka Gale and Tama Lancer are the 2 servants you might want to aim for. But at the same time, not really. I think this is an easy skip for most players. This one I think is really good. I do believe Sakamoto Ryoma and Roma and Melstein are just super good. I think your chances are really good for this one, so I don't see any problem rolling for this. I think this is an easy skip for most people, right? Of course, if you don't have these guys, I think you can roll it, but the chances are good. But again, at the same time, these servants, I don't think anyone really wants right now. So I think this is most likely a skip, in my opinion. If you want newer servants like Constantine or Baizen, then probably want to roll for this one. I mean, you do have Da Vinci Lily, who's really good at looping, so that's a nice pickup right there. And then you have Rhaenys, who is, a support, so that's nice to have as well. I don't think this gacha is a bad roll, especially if you have some needs, but at the same time, probably, not bad of a skip. This one right here, if you're aiming for Merlin or Scotty, I think it's a nice roll. But getting Nero and Prisma Ilium is a nice pickup. I mean, swimsuit and then collab servant, but getting Da Vinci is gonna hurt. If you want to take the risk, I think you should do this. Castoria is just a must-have. Everyone can agree with that. So yeah, I definitely would roll for this if you want to try and get Castoria. Again, there is a risk, but I think the risk is worth it if you get Castoria. I think this is a pretty easy skip. I think we can all agree with that. Again, these servants have been here for quite some time. I still can't really believe why Cleopatra is a limited servant. I do believe she should be a permanent servant already. So, yeah, this is a very easy skip in my opinion. This is a pretty good roll. Of course, out of the three, Semiramis is the weakest link. Koyanskaya is definitely a must if you want to do Buster Loops. If you want a really good assassin, obviously you want to roll for Kama. So I think this is a pretty good gotcha roll, especially if you get Koyanskaya or Kama. So I think this is definitely worth the roll. I like Semiramis, but you know, I mean, gameplay wise. This gotcha, I think it's a pretty good skip. Even though we have some pretty good servants in here, I think this is an easy skip, especially because these servants have been in the game for so long, assuming you already have the servants. This is 100% a must roll. I mean, I think anyone would roll for this, even if you already have them in your Chaldea. These guys right here, yeah, this is probably the best gotcha in this entire lineup. You have Arjuna, you have Morgan, you got Musashi Berserker who can loop. I mean, Morgan can loop as well. Yeah, this is just such a good gotcha. I would highly recommend rolling for this one. I think this is an easy skip. This is definitely a skip in my opinion. I mean, yeah, Dante's can loop. Sherlock Holmes got a buff. Amakusashido is really strong. J. Alter needs a buff. But yeah, I think this is a skip. I also believe this is a skip. But it's worth it if you get Space Ishtar. I truly believe that. It's worth it if you get Space Ishtar. This one here, I would skip too. Your chances are just super slim because of how many servants are in this gacha. Yeah, there are some newer servants in here, but I do believe this is a skip. Again, your chances are very slim. This one as well, I do believe is a skip. We did see that there is a foreigner getting a buff. We just don't know exactly who that is. If you want to wait until the foreigner is revealed, then I think it's okay to roll this one, depending on which foreigner it is. But this is just a skip in my opinion, though. I really do believe this is a skip. I want to roll for this one just because of Van Gogh, but I'm gonna skip it because, well, you know, I already have everyone else and I don't really care about everyone else. This one right here is a really good gotcha as well, I believe. If you can get any of the servants here, I think it's completely fine, especially Oberon is a win. In my opinion, Dolma is a win. I think Koyanskaya is a win. I also kind of believe Bazette is a pretty cool win because I think she's a very interesting servant. Jax Demore and Bunyan, I mean, you know, like, they're not bad at all. They're a good pickup as well. If I'm gonna pick a gotcha, personally for me, if I'm gonna pick a gotcha out of this, it'd be this one because I want to get Bazette, and I don't mind getting, you know, an MP2 Dolman and MP2 Koyanskaya. I don't have Jax Demore as well, so you know my chances are pretty good. I personally don't need Oberon. I personally don't need Bunyan, so yeah.